am so dissatisfied with my life. It sucks. Please change it, because that means I am literally observing the lack. And when I'm observing lack, I'm literally actually providing myself enough evidence and I'm solidifying that consciousness. What I do want to do is be able to be in a state of, I love this. So the first work is to be able to get into that energy of, I love my life right now and I want more of it. I want to amplify, I want to compound of what's feeling abundant and what's feeling good. And that's why most of you will first do the work of using the formula to get into a state where you start loving your life so much, despite whatever 3D lack you're seeing. All that internal switch is happening, that consciousness is changing, that, oh my God, I feel so good, which is not attached to an outcome. I feel good right now in this moment, sitting with my cup of tea. I feel so good. I feel so abundant that then it is not attached to an outcome. I feel good because I will make this much money today, or I'm having this today or that today, or I will feel good when I hit this number this month, or I will feel good when I hit this outcome this month. Then there is always like this catching story that there is an outcome and then I'm taking action. Then there's an outcome taking action. And there's nothing wrong in it, but that's not how we're designed. We're designed to be, experience, feel. We're human beings, right? We're meant to think, feel, and do things. So today I'm going to teach you a law that is going to help you actually get what you want along with the formula, which means that however you're learning the formula, the 4 steps, you're creating your identity, which means now you are literally choosing this identity. You are so now in the awe of who you become, because you understand every identity in the past has served you, and you understood the nature, the concepts, the self-talk, the identification to parts of you, identification with money, with relationship, with success, with, with ease, with time freedom, with money freedom, all of those things. And now you understood this identity actually loves being who they are. All good. And so they love being who they are, right? And then that would mean what? That would mean that I'm already it. Then you've been reinstalling some beliefs. You've been clearing, basically, you've been clearing beliefs that are coming in the way of it. You're like, anything that comes in the way of it, I'm not actually encouraging that belief. Yes, I picked it when I was little. Yes, I picked a story of maybe I'm not good enough, or it's hard for me, or I don't get it, or it happens to other people, not to me. Whatever belief it is, now you're kind of realizing that this doesn't match with my new identity, because my new identity actually has time, freedom, money freedom, ease, so much abundance, and I just deserve to be in ease. I deserve to have a good life. I deserve to be in ease. And any part of me that believes that I have to, jump hoops to be having a great life, I'm ready to let go of it, right? So all of those things are actually the formulas teaching you, if you're consistently doing the things and then consistently observing. In my life, where am I feeling abundance? If your ultimate goal is abundance, maybe you want overflow in money. Maybe you want abundance in self-love. Maybe you want abundance in loving yourself, right? Maybe you've not had that, because each one of you is here for different reasons. Yes, you can always have the next level of money. Yes, you can have a next level of income. Yes, you can have next level of career. Yes, you can have next level of self-love. So there are different reasons, whatever you're here for. But it's important that you understand, in order for it to compound, in order for it to amplify it, in order for it to go to the next level, we must be able to first observe it, witness it, and observe the existence of it already, and then only it's going to grow. Because if I keep observing, it's not here, I am observing lack rather than the existence of mere abundance, how will I actually compound it, right? So it's very important that I be in that state. And then you are consistently every day, allowing your vessel to be in the state of creating that safety every day, then you are creating that safety within, which means that you're training your body to a certain level of energetic state. Because when we say that, okay, well, XYZ amount, XYZ reality, as I said, whatever you're here for, you're seeking abundance, whether it be in money, be it in number of clients, be in your business, be in your growth, be it in your relationship, be it your self-love, be it your body. At the end of the day, it is abundance. It's a frequency, right? And as I said, it's important first you witness it, you create it, you observe it, and then it'll amplify it by itself. So as you're doing this, you got to understand that it's not really about, okay, so I want to put this in a way that it is about understanding that is an energy, it's not a number, it's an energetic state. Because when you didn't have the $10, you wanted the $10 and you wanted to feel something. Then you wanted $100. It was not the $100, it was just the desire to experience the next level. And so when from 10 you went to 100, it was a desire to experience 100, and it was an energetic state. It was like a feeling of excitement. It was something that your body felt when you received that $100 bill. So same thing applies. The 100 will turn into 1,000. The 1,000 will become 10,000, and will become is what it already is. We're not allowing it. So when I then go from 100, I actually feel the feeling of $1,000 in my hand. What do I feel? You can physically actually do this exercise. I've done this many times. I literally, this is something I was taught by my mentors, take all the money, because we've lost the sense of money, energy, because we see everything on the phones these days. And, like, I don't know, there was a period when I went off cash, and then very quickly I realized that, and I learned this from many mentors, but like, you really want to have cash in your wallet, like this physical energy, there's something about it, right? And so you can literally pick up $10, $1, $10, $100 bill, and then put $100 to make 1,000, right? And then physically feel what it feels to you. But what the point I'm trying to make is, when we understand that every dollar that you're holding, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, is creating a feeling, you very quickly realize it's an energetic state. The feeling is an energy. It means that there is an energy shift, there's an energetic state that's happening. And that's why it's important to train. That's why the fourth step is to train every day, not once a month when it's full moon, when you're in the mood, you've had some time. That's why maybe you're not getting the results, if you're not getting them as fast as you'd like. It is a daily job. And does that mean that now you go like, oh, well, now I have to do so many things? No, it's a daily job of recognizing A, who I am, identity. B, is there anything in my field that's telling me I can't have any belief clearing? It's on the go. It's always on the go. What in me is not allowing it is enough belief clearing every moment. And then would be observing it consistently. The moment lack comes in, how am I observing lack versus abundance? What in me is not allowing that abundance? Like, literally we start doing that. And then the fourth is literally nerve regulating your vessel. And so when you know that, say you want to have $1,000 day, then is my body prepared, or is my body, my vessel has the energetic capacity? That means, have I trained my body to go like, this is your autopilot? What is your autopilot? Your autopilot is to get up. When you wake up, your body's literally dragged to the toilet. Your body then is literally doing brushing without recognizing. It's all autopilot. So by doing the nervous system work, if you prime your body to believe and be okay, autopilot just means the body is rehearsed this many times and it is okay, it is safe within. So it's really important to create that safety, not wait for evidence. A lot of us wait for, when I have the $1,000, then I will know if my body's safe or not, and will I freaking sabotage or not. We don't have to wait for that. We literally every day wake up with the desire of the fact that today is good, I want more. And what in me is not allowing me? What in me believes that I can't have this? It's literally observing. It's like a daily exercise. And when you start doing that, it's more like, okay, well, and then something will come up. It's like you don't know where it's going to come from. And then you clear that. The how is none of my business. My business is to believe that I'm having $1,000 day. How? I don't care. Because the field is reflecting the fact that if you've assumed about yourself, law of assumption, right? And if you've assumed that this is who I am, that means you have assumed that about your identity. So go back to step one again. Are you guys assuming things about your identity? And if you're not, ask yourself, what in me is not letting me assume that identity? It's a game of assumption and creation. Assumption, creation, evidence. Assumption, creation, evidence. You got to assume before you get evidence. Like that's it. Like this is something I've been harping on for years now. And people who get it, and you are getting it. I know you guys are doing the formula. So today I wanted to help you guys, give you something extra more than just answering your questions and like doing a live Q&A. I want to talk a little bit about the law of demand and supply, okay? And how you can use this to accelerate what you're learning from the leak formula. So very important that first, when you come and you hear this recording, please pay attention to what I've said in the last 15 minutes, because this will really help you understand, are you using the formula properly? If you're not getting the results, because the same formula has gotten my clients, you know, whether it's $1 million deal in a month, or it's 6 figures, or it's 5 figures, or somebody getting their partner back, or somebody's partner in manifesting a truck, or somebody getting a home, it works the same way. Or somebody changing their body, or somebody losing weight, the formula will work. And I have enough evidence, people standing behind it. That means I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. My question for you is asking yourself, where am I not doing this in a way that is actually, working for me, or is serving me at the highest level? So what in me is willing to play with it differently? Maybe you came with a mindset about the formula. Excuse me. You came with a mindset, or you were in a consciousness. And when you did it the first time, it's okay. Maybe it didn't land. Do it again. Go through the modules, refresh yourself, and then put a standard every day. It like takes 2 minutes. If you set a standard and you went like, morning, I assume who I am now. I'm this entrepreneur. I have $1,000 days. I am this woman. I have time freedom, money freedom. These are the concepts I laid for myself. Like I literally did not want to hustle. And so, what are your concepts? So, in the morning, just get up, be in that identity. You're making your cup of tea, you literally are that. And if your energy is like, oh, I have 20 things to do, then ask yourself, is this energy in responding to that identity? Because if your identity is, I actually live with time freedom, and your body, your vessel, your nervous system's like in fight and flight, and you're like, I have 20,000 things to do, I have to take kids here and I have to do that and that means your body is not trained for support. Your body is screaming at you, I am not prepared to receive, because they're two different energetic states of feeling time, money freedom, feeling ease and support, versus, now I get it, some of you may struggle with this, because there was a version of me who was this burnt out single mom. I had the kids most of the time, and I was emotionally drained, physically drained, financially drained, and so my nervous system was enough in fight freeze mode. And so, in order for me to be able to do this work, it took a lot of effort. But step by step, day by day, that's why I say sit down with your cup of tea, create safety with your cup of tea. It is so basic. People think some massive, big step will change their life. No, if you can, for 21 days, I say 30 days, the formula will change your life. It'll change in 21 days if you genuinely sit and create safety in your body. And that's what I had to do. And when my body started feeling it is safe to slow down, because I did not know, I thought I have to hustle, I have to work harder to show up for myself and my kids, I have to put in the hours, I am not enough. All of those storylines are running your show and your nervous system. So very important that you train your nervous system every day consistently. It's safe for me to slow down. It's safe for me to receive more. It's okay. It's safe. It's okay. It's safe. Everything's good. That is your self-talk, and that self-talk will then mirror into the field, God, source, universe, cosmos, formless substance, so many names for it, right? Whatever, take whatever resonates, will respond that back. Mirror effect, mirror principle, right? So I want to teach you something about the law of demand and supply today. So the law of demand and supply says when there is a demand, there is a supply. Okay, in simple words, where there's demand, there's supply. And so what we want to be able to do is that, yes, now we've learned the quantum leap formula. We've understood that we are the operant power, whatever identity we assume, whatever energy beliefs we're in, and whatever we're consistently observing, and whatever our body, our vessel, our nervous system can receive, the minimum energetic set point, I will receive that, right? So can I take this further? Which means what? If I assume in my identity and I create in myself the law of demand, which means I create internally a demand within myself. I create a demand that I am going to receive XYZ every day or at the end of the month or this year, doesn't matter. But you have a demand, which means consistently you're priming yourself, you're raising your standards. If you are still receiving the same amount of money you were receiving 2 years back, ask yourself what in me has not let myself increase the demand. Because the demand has to first be increased in our mind, right? So start creating a new demand, start creating higher demands, because we never have to be like wanting more is greedy, and that is what stops most people. And that's something I had to clear, right? So wanting more is good, more is God, more is like the nature of humanity. Because if more wasn't done, more is creation. More means that I want more, I'm creating more, I'm giving more, I'm circulating more, I'm receiving more. And that is how it's meant to be looked at. And so I've learned this from Bob Proctor as well. He said, never be satisfied. And we think, oh, dissatisfaction is good, be content. And he teaches the opposite. He's like, don't be content. Always be curious as to what more can I have. And so there are two ways to do this. When you create your demand internally, ask yourself, because your energy around your demand is everything. It is either repelling that thing or attracting a thing based on your own storyline, and whether you have an icky energy or you have this exciting energy about your demand. And so when I want to create a demand, I don't want to be like, this is not enough and I want more. So then I am not grateful, or I'm just not content with what I have. So content is not the right word. It's more like this is not enough and I want more. More is always a byproduct of amplification, of compounding. More is just response to what already is, right? And that's what, because law of attraction is working, right? What you are is what you get. How many of you have heard, be it before it? A lot of people say fake it till you make it. I don't believe in all that, but basically I do believe that you get who you are. Law of attraction, simple. So if I am in the thing that, oh, I am not satisfied, and that's why I want more, I'm actually going to amplify more of dissatisfaction. But if I can create demand from no matter what stage of life you're in, because I've seen many seasons, and I can share this with you, that the kind of work, I've been able to help people with many seasons of their life. If you can create that demand from inside, from within yourself, from a place of, I have abundance, whether you're looking at 3 cans of, I don't know, canned food, or you're looking at 3 pairs of jeans, or you're looking at, maybe $1,000 left in your bank account, you're looking at $100, or you're looking at 100,000, or you're looking at 1 million, and you're like, I want to grow this, okay? 10x that. So if you feel this is abundance, and you're feeling this is good, this is abundance, I'm in overflow, then The law of attraction will attract you, that will compound, right? Law of correspondence, everything will correspond to your energetic state. And that would mean I am actually receiving what I am actually feeling, be it 3 cans of food, be it 3 pairs of jeans, or be it like, what I have today, maybe $1 million and I want to make 10 million. Maybe I have $100 and I want to make 10,000. It's the state. It's the state I'm observing. That means today, can I create a new demand? Not because this is not enough, my life sucks and I want more, versus I like what I have. It feels good and I want to have more. They're two different things, right? And when I'm creating my demand from the fact that I love what I have and it feels good, maybe you love your body, but you want to maybe you experience a little bit of fat loss or whatever, or the way your body's changing and you're like, I want more of this. But can you do it from a place of love and not hatred? Can you not shame yourself? Because a lot of people go on the path of changing their bodies, their bank accounts, their businesses, everything. I don't like this. I'm going to change this overnight. I'm going to do this, right? And that is from a place of shame, judgment, denser frequencies, and you're going to attract a lot more of that very fast. So everything's responding to our energetic state. But if I went like, you know what, I'm loving this and I actually feel good in this, but I want to amplify it. I want more of it because it feels good. Can I allow more? Is the question. And the answer mostly will be yes. For those of you who are clean and clear, squeaky clean around, desire is good, desire is God, more is good. So that is you creating that demand inside. So it's very important if you want to have more, and you will continue using the formula, the 4 steps every day to receive more clients, receive more money, receive more success, receive more opportunities, receive more collaborations, receive more exciting opportunities, right? Synchronicities, receive more invitations out of nowhere. My clients have had some random stuff happen to them, right? Using the formula. Receive more connections, receive more then in your personal life, the way your partner's corresponding to you, the way your children are corresponding, the way your family, your extended, your ex-partners, anything start responding to you differently because your energetic state is changing, right? So you start creating that demand inside and you use the formula to create that identity who is having that demand. That's where I want you to start using the law of demand and supply with the formula, the quantum leap formula. Step 1, the identity. Is your identity consistently creating that demand within? Step 2 of the formula, create beliefs that support the outcome. So if your outcome is that you're consistently every month, your income is growing and growing and growing, or, like you're having flourishing, beautiful days, some days are good, like overflowing, whatever it is, your beliefs are supporting that demand that you've created in your mind, right? Step number 3 of the formula, consistently observe it, the observer effect, which means that I want to observe that I am consistently creating these demands and my demands are being met, right? And that means what? If your demand was today to have maybe go to the coffee shop and buy that coffee, and you like a particular coffee, and you're like, my demand was met. Today you wanted to manifest a client, right? Or you wanted to have 5 clients, or you wanted to have 100 clients last month, whatever the number be. It's an energetic state, and you created that, and you're like, my demand was met. So you start observing, and then it will amplify. So what has happened today? What has already happened last week that you can observe that my demands are being met? Whatever demands I'm creating in my mind are consistently being met. And you're using the observer effect as I'm observing, it's been met, it's been met, it's been met. And then the 4th step of the formula that you would use in terms of law of demand and supply is priming your body, because the 4th step is regulate your nervous system, which means basically your nervous system, your threshold, your minimum threshold, where beyond that, your nervous system self-sabotages your subconscious. It doesn't go there because it's not safe. But if you've primed your body to believe every day I'm getting more and more amounts of money, every day I feel good. I feel good to rest and make money. I feel good that I can take time off work and still be abundantly paid. Are those beliefs that you have? I love the fact that I can be with the kids in the park and receive clients. I love the fact that I can work XYZ number of hours. I work 2 hours a day and I still make XYZ amount of money. I love that, how my relationship is deepening and deepening, and my body feels good. So the nervous system regulation is all about creating safety. Safety equals to autopilot. That means you will never sabotage something your body is okay with. Never. Have you heard that saying which says that, most people will always choose familiar hell over unfamiliar heaven? That is a clear case of nervous system regulation, that your nervous system, your autopilot, your body is viscerally trained to a certain familiar hell. Hell would mean that I don't want this thing, but my body is primed to this thing. Versus unfamiliar heaven, which means more amount of money, more success, more growth, more opportunities. And we want it, so we just have to train our vessel to be able to help us do it, right? And then the formula teaches you the steps that you're using to do that. And then once you've created that demand and you've used the formula, you've supported yourself daily with having that identity, creating that demand, having that energy, having that belief system, consistently observing that your demand is being created and being met. You want to make sure that in your mind, your supply is also created, which means you believe that where there's demand, there's supply. Where you have to create that in your mind, that identity also believes that what you demand is supplied to you. So you create the supply within. That means you create the supply of XYZ amount, you create the supply already. So how I create everything, how I've been able to create in my business as well, has been I've always created in the 5D. That's why we call it the quantum work. We call it in the mind, in the consciousness first, and then because I've primed myself enough in my thoughts, in my beliefs, in my observation, in my nerve, in my vessel, physically, I'm receiving it, right? So create that supply first in your head consistently. It's being made, I'm being supplied. And that belief then becomes the knowingness, and then you start actually getting evidence of it. So wherever you question the evidence of supply, ask yourself, where did I pick that? Why am I choosing this belief? And are you willing to change? Just say, I'm going to change the belief. I'm going to change the belief that I don't get the supply. And a big example of this would be like, if you're in the Total Mastermind, where I talk more about business. So we go dive deep, but there's something I want to talk about here in relation to business, is that I recently also had this call with my private client, and I was talking to her about this, and this is where it came up, and she had massive shifts after that, and the results, because she was projecting her lack onto her clients, which means that she was assuming that her clients, her followers didn't have enough money, or the potential clients didn't actually have the amount of money, and she was projecting, and that's why they won't buy at the levels that she wanted them to buy. So are you projecting something on your supply? Because you are creating the demand and you're creating the supply. All laws exist, like law of gravity. You don't have to do shit about it, right? You're not floating. You're just like, law of gravity is working, law of attraction is working. And so then you would say the law of demand and supply is working. Yes, that's true. But because you don't have a storyline about floating and gravity, it's doing its work. But you do have stories about demand and supply. You have stories about your demands and you have stories about your supply. So can you clear it? Can we become the people who are like, demands coming, desires coming, all beliefs align. I actually get to have it. It feels good. My body's feeling good about having it. I'm observing, I'm having it, and I'm creating that supply. There is no storylines. Okay, I have a demand, I have a supply. Whatever is my demand is supplied to me. So whatever experience has happened in the past doesn't mean I need to continue, right? And when I am in a state where I don't overthink about law of gravity, I don't have to overthink about demand and supply. I'm consistently in the energy of it being working for me. So can you create that supply in your mind is what we want to really focus on, right?